Om Bhurбhuvassuvaḥam Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayantam. Saram everyone. So today let's speak about a very famous, wonderful and actually great Sathya Sai devotee whose name was John Hislop. Well, unfortunately I didn't meet this wonderful person. Personally I know about John Hislop just from different sources like his own books or articles about him, but at the same time let us speak about this wonderful person today. And of course John Hislop is an absolutely legendary personality. And actually before he came to Sathya Sai, to Prashanti Nilayam ashram, he was already quite experienced spiritual practitioner. For years he was practicing different types of yoga and meditation. He met Swami Shivananda and Jiddu Krishnamurti actually before he met our beloved Swami. But when he met Swami for the first time, so that was really a huge breakthrough experience. And actually I met quite many people who came to Sathya Sai after already years and years of meditation and yoga practice. And of course why actually that was very special, to meet Swami, because there are many, by the way, beautiful, wonderful, true gurus in this world, but to meet the divine incarnation is a really special experience. So one of the main, and who knows, maybe really the main question of spirituality is actual experience. It's most difficult question as well, because theoretical philosophical knowledge, it's not difficult to acquire, and you can read books, participate in different workshops, seminars, lectures, satsang sessions, and actually you may easily collect knowledge, but how to experience the divine consciousness? And for that, of course, actually I myself believe that we need to practice, we need our personal effort as well. But grace, that's the key point after all. I don't think that the divine grace possible to receive if you are not ready. And to prepare yourself, you have to practice yourself. Different things. Of course, it's a self-discipline and meditation and mantras and different spiritual activities are very important, especially to prepare human soul, human reality to receive the divine grace. So, and Hislop was a very experienced practitioner. For years he was practice and study different kinds of yoga and meditation and mantras, etc. And that's the reason why he was really perfect devotee to receive the grace. And of course when he met Swami, I believe it was in the end of 60s as far as I remember, actually he immediately understood the greatness of Swami as the source of the grace. And of course we know Hislop because of many reasons, and one of them a number of books, my Baba and I, for example. And that's a huge also example, actually, because well, John Hislop was not only the one who was enjoying this direct communication with Swami, but he was a responsible person. Let me describe it in such a way, and he understood that his responsibility is to to bring this message, to bring this all the wonderful memories to the people. And actually, back in the 90s, I was Sathya Sai translator for the Russian-speaking groups. That was in 90s, and I remember, like in 90s and later on in 2000s, maybe a few more people, a few more Russians also translated for our Swami. So it means it's a huge experience, huge number of stories which such people like myself can remember. Actually, I published 3 books, and with my memories on about all that interviews where I translated for Swami, and they're all actually in a free domain, so you don't need to purchase them. You can read it for free. And what was actually, let's come back to the John Hislop, that he was not only enjoying himself, but he was writing and publishing his memoirs, memories, all the experiences. And I think that we have quite many devotees, both Indian and foreigners, who also they have a lot of stories, but not everyone bothered to share. That's very sad, but I think we can lose many stories because not everyone ready to take responsibility and to write and publish books, make videos, etc. So that's the reason why it's extremely wonderful when more and more devotees are sharing with their own experiences. That's very important for the next generations of people, devotees, who can tremendously benefit out of that. And of course, Hislop was famous because of many reasons, and one of them that Swami materialized for him a number of very, very special things, and one of them was, of course, a ring with Prema Sai portrait, if we can say. And there are many articles about these rings available, and the discussion is going on. But what was really amazing, that when Swami materialized this ring with the face of Prema Sai, this face was not really clear. And step by step, some changes started to, be visible on that portrait. And year after year, John Hislop himself and other devotees, they noticed that this, not just stone image on the ring, but really something like a live image which was changing. And Sathya Sai himself, he explained this phenomena in a very interesting way. He told back in 80s, I believe, that actually even the image, the face of Prema Sai was not yet certain. I mean, now I quote Sathya Sai words from 80s. And now in internet we have so many pictures of Sathya Sai. the story goes like pictures materialized by Sathya Sai, but the pictures of Prema Sai. But actually, let us be careful, because all the graphic art or painting of the Prema Sai, how he's supposed to be, looks like, etc. They're just different artists' fantasy, which is wonderful and nice. I myself artist, and I appreciate if or when different artists may create their own fantasies about how Prema Sai can be, okay? But let us be careful that many people believe that all that portraits of Prema Sai created or materialized by Sathya Sai, and this is not at all. Even that ring which Swami materialized for John Hislop, it was just approximate face, approximate image of Prema Sai. So it means we don't have an absolutely clear picture or image of Prema Sai, okay, from Sathya Sai himself and even Hislop ring. So we call it Hislop ring with Prema Sai. It's just general face without any precise details, and it means we can't, for example, take Hislop ring and say, okay, let's see which candidate is closer to this ring. So we can't do like this. And let me repeat again and again, all the graphic or any kind of art portraits which we have in internet, just somebody's wonderful fantasies, but we can't take these portraits and try to see which candidate, which Prema Sai candidate fit this or that portrait. So that's impossible. Actually, one more very important artifact which Sathya Sai materialized to John Hislop is a small Christian cross. And the story goes like that at that moment Swami with a group of devotees, including John Hislop, was in Mysore, or better to say near, in the area of Mysore, ancient Mysore city. That's wonderful, part of India with a lot of national parks, etc. And in one of national park, Sathya Sai just took few branches of the tree, and then he created out of that cross, wonderful Christian cross, this small size cross. And Swami told absolutely amazing thing about this cross. As you must probably remember this story, that this wood, exactly the same wood from the tree, from which actual cross was made, on which Jesus was crucified. So can you imagine? Actually, it's only the divine incarnation like Sathya Sai can materialize certain small Christian cross, but this cross made from the wood, like the same wood on which Jesus was crucified. Amazing story, and I think that's really a huge indication that really actually, as you remember, Sathya Sai told us so many times that all his miracles are just visiting cards, and this miracle is one of the greatest visiting card and indication that Sathya Sai is, of course, the divine, the highest absolute divine incarnation, because only absolute divine incarnation may create such a small cross from the same wood on which Jesus was crucified. Amazing, of course, amazing. And in this story, what is important for me as a Christian, that actually Sathya Sai supported all New Testament stories about Jesus, I mean, including crucifixion, because even now not all people believe into that. And Sathya Sai was, like, through this miracle also supported the New Testament's story about crucifixion and of the Jesus. That's also very important, at least for the Christian devotees. So okay, let us complete this video for today. Yeah, we remember again and again with a huge gratitude this great man John Hislop for his service, and that's great example. And I hope that more and more devotees who let us say, if you guys have any kind of important or interesting stories, events, you can witness any miracle or some unusual like events regarding Sathya Sai, I think it's important to share, because many people later on will benefit. So that's like service for the future generations. So Sairam, see you next time.
Om Bhurбhuvasvaham Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayantam